It's the 12th of November. This is the Weekly Spread.
Welcome everybody to another episode of The Weekly Spread, the show where we talk about things that we found interesting in pop culture throughout the week. And like every other week that we do a show about pop culture, there's always so much to talk about. It doesn't stop. Our fascination with all things nerdy, geeky, filmy, musicy, everything immy.
Everything.
How has your week been, Rick?
Yeah, good, mate. Been flat out. I'm very, very, very excited because next week is a very big week for me. Next week.
It is a huge week for you.
But it is next week.
You get to meet your hero.
I do, yeah. I get to meet Stan Lee next week down at the Adelaide Supernova, which is really, really cool. So, cannot wait for that, Jace.
Fantastic, absolutely. Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to make that.
I know, dude.
Yeah, so it'll be up to you, be our roving reporter. Take some photos, and then obviously when we talk to each other next, we film the next show. Yeah. We'll get a bit into it and talk about what you saw and what it was like to meet Stan and all that wonderful stuff.
We'll go up there, definitely. So can't wait.
Brilliant stuff, mate. You know, we don't have time to muck around. My week's been flat out too, mate. Work. But really good fun stuff. Actually got to play around in the VR space this week, which was really a lot of fun through my work. So it's really fantastic. I think we did a story on it a couple of weeks ago about integrating VR into like medical students were doing it to learn. And we are basically on the forefront of that now where I work. We're actually combining our training with that virtual reality space. It's really wonderful stuff, eh? It's pretty incredible.
That's cool.
So. Cool. All right, Rick, let's get stuck right into it, mate. It's time to talk movies. All right, movies. Now, the big story of the week, of the month, and possibly the year and the decade even, is the fact about what's been going on in Hollywood, Rick. It is a tsunami of allegations are coming from all corners with this, mate. And we started off with Kevin Spacey and then Harvey Weinstein first. Kevin Spacey. Yeah. And it has exploded.
Everyone's just coming out now.
Exploded. I mean, even up to yesterday, the claims that Louis C.K. had just cancelled. The comedian has cancelled his movie premiere of his film called I Love You, Daddy, because of accusation. Over 40 women have accused him of sexual harassment. 40. It is unbelievable. We've got actors like Jeffrey Tambor, the dad from Arrested Development, who adamantly denies allegations of a sexual harassment. Charlie Sheen this week was accused of raping teenage Corey Haim. This was released by Sean Astin.
Yes, I
kind of let this information out. And he was apparently raped on the set of a movie called Lucas back in 1986.
Unbelievable.
Which is unbelievable. So, it's mind-blowing. I mean, Kevin Spacey, he's a goner, Rick. He's done. He's done and done. We will not see him again on screen. House of Cards has stopped filming.
Yeah, so they done. That's
it's over. He's got a film that is due to be released within 6 weeks, which is now he's being edited out of the film. The film's complete, so they're hiring another actor, Christopher Plummer, to refilm all the scenes again. So it is unbelievable. I mean, I think we're only scratching the surface here too.
There's going to be more.
There is going to be more, and there is more than what we've talked about here. Yeah. Jeremy Piven is another actor who's been accused
I did hear about that.
Sexual harassment as well. So, I mean, it's just going to keep coming and coming and coming. Now, what is this? He's
got that new show, hasn't he?
Yes, which is due to come out here next year.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, it's highly likely... So, I mean, this is on the back of over 100 years in filmmaking. This type of culture has been harvested and accepted. And it's a fascinating time to be alive to see over 100 years of debauchery that has been kept quiet from rich studio executives by actors, directors, producers, people in the industry. These guys are being exposed now.
And good for the people who are coming out now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it breaks everybody's heart. I mean, nobody wins out of this, but it must be done.
But it's shocking to see like actors that you would not even think that would cross those lines. And Kevin Spacey.
I mean, he was the media darling.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all kind of knew he was gay. I mean, there was no surprise there for me. Not that that's an issue. The timing of him coming out that he was gay, it's the fact that it's got nothing to do with his sexuality except for the fact that he was young boy. You know, John Berthenol, he worked with on Baby Driver.
Yep.
You know, the Punisher.
Yeah.
He came out and stated just today that when he was working with Kevin Spacey was a bully.
Yeah.
He goes, I worked with him because I really loved him and respected him. He goes, but at the end of that shoot, he goes, I never wanted to work with him again. I lost all respect for him.
Wow. Okay.
So this is a huge story.
That's huge.
I think our hearts need to go out just to be proud of the women and men who are coming out and putting themselves on the line and saying, you know, this has happened to me. And we need to support the victims in this. But we also need to be mindful that this doesn't turn into a McCarthyism wish hunt of the 1950s. We need to be sensible about this. You are still innocent until proven guilty.
That's right.
And we need to let the law and let procedure follow through to ensure that we are not destroying careers and witch hunting when they've done nothing wrong. But if they've done something wrong, they need to go down for it.
Yep. Totally
legally,
agree.
and they go to jail. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, let's move it on to another big story. Now, come on, Rick.
Come on. It wouldn't be
a week in movies unless we would have to talk Star Wars. And, dude, I had no intention of talking Star Wars this week.
Yeah, I know.
But today, they released a bombshell, a massive bombshell. If you're anywhere near interested in Star Wars as I am, you know, Rian Johnson, who's the director of the new Star Wars films coming up. Fantastic. Lucasfilm and Disney have announced there's going to be another 3 films coming out.
That's mental.
A brand new trilogy is going to be happening.
Mental.
But nothing to do with the Skywalkers. It's going to be completely separate, new characters, new plot, everything brand new, original, and Rian Johnson's going to head that up. I think this is amazing in the sense that now we've gotten they brought Star Wars back into our lives. Yeah. We've appreciated. Oh, yeah, The Force Awakens was like Star Wars' greatest hits. We'll accept that. It's good to have it back in our lives, but now to have a quality of that type of director, Rick, take Star Wars into a brand new, fresh direction. So stories that we haven't even thought of, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think
I don't want to see rehashes.
Yeah.
I just want to see new material, you know? And I think he's the right guy. Not that this is movie news either, but they also announced a live-action TV series of Star Wars too. So, which will be really, really exciting.
We'll see what happens. But hopefully, I think it's a good direction they're going, definitely.
Oh, look.
For people who
don't know how to milk a franchise.
Well,
I mean, that's what they're doing, but at the same time,
big.
We're being entertained from that.
Well, that's right.
You know? I mean, look at Disney. You can't, mate. Just look at Disney for a second. Star Wars and Marvel alone. It's the quality they're pumping out. I mean, we walked out of, and let's agree, probably one of the top 3 or 4 Marvel films we've ever seen, and that was film number 17.
Yep.
The Thor Ragnarok.
Loved
it. You know what I mean? It was loved it, you know? So they're just pretty crazy. Well, there you go. Now, moving on to the last story of the week, Rick, it's time to talk what's out at the movies this week. All right, and now what's out at the movies is, it's a film that I may not get to see at the cinemas, Rick. I'm really disappointed. I've got so much going on this weekend. But I think I would like to see it. I did like the original. And remember Daddy's Home?
Yeah, Will Ferrell and... Yeah.
The sequel's out.
Yep.
All right, and if you've seen the trailer, this is fantastic. Both, you know, they're now co-dads, Brad and Dusty, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. So in the sequel now, they're going to have Christmas together, and of course they're going to be matched with their dads.
And this is what I love. And this is what I love is who is playing Mark Wahlberg's dad.
Perfect casting.
This is what, and
who is it, Rick?
Mel Gibson. And this is what I love to see Mel Gibson back into a more of a comedy role.
Yeah.
So good
to see. It's a good role for him too.
Yeah.
John Lithgow, actually a fantastic addition too.
Yeah.
He's an amazing actor and a perfect foil, perfect father figure for Will Ferrell. So look, absolutely fantastic. It's out at the cinemas this week. It's one of those films that I think it's worth promoting because sometimes you just want to go to a movie, have a good laugh.
That's right.
Don't have to. You can check your brain at the door if you need to and just enjoy yourself. But you know what? Let's take a look at the clip.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Of this week's release of Daddy's Home 2.
Brad, I'm telling you.
Dad, there's a pack of wolves on you. Don't make eye contact. I already did.
Isn't that
Brad, cut down cell phone tower.
I think Brad's dead.
Daddy's home too.
That's it.
Go check it out, guys. I reckon it looks like a lot of fun, and it's the kind of movie, like I said, it's like a drive-through fast food meal. Nothing wrong with that occasionally. All right, Rick, that's all I've got in a lot of movies this week.
No worries.
Let's move on to streaming.
All right, guys, let's get straight into it. Let's go to Foxtel. Now, I'm a big fan of, I love my gangster style type shows and movies. So, Peaky Blinders, Season 4 has just dropped on the drama pack on the BBC on Foxtel. This is awesome. So, it's set in the 1900s in Birmingham, England, and it centres around a gang who, they store razor blades in their peaks of the caps, hence the name, Peaky Blinders. Yep. And they've got a boss, obviously, Tommy Shelby, who wants to move up the ranks and obviously take over the world. Really, really good show. I love it. And it's good to have that type of gangster feel back in those era.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen 1 or 2 episodes. Dug right into it. But there is... Critically, it's pretty...
It is, yeah. For an English show. So if you like that type of thing, definitely recommend that. And that's all of Season 4 on Peaky Blinders. Now, let's move on to Netflix. As you've been watching, probably 2 weeks ago, they dropped Stranger Things Season 2, which is awesome. We love the show. Jason's a big fan. I'm a big fan. And I'm taking everyone else out there is big fan. What they've done also is they've also released a show called Beyond Stranger Things. Now, what it is, which is really, really cool, is say you're watching episode 1, you can watch episode 1 of Beyond Stranger Things, and they talk about that episode. So you get the cast, you get the director, and they sit around and have a bit of a chat about that episode.
It's kind of like The Talking Dead.
Talking Dead type of thing. So, which is really, really cool. If you want to binge and just watch the whole season, go ahead, no worries. But if you want to stretch out the experience, maybe watch one of the episodes, and then watch the first episode of Beyond Stranger Things and watch 1, 2, and follow it. So, really, really cool. You get, Dusty and the guys, they'll come in, they'll have a bit of a chat. It's really, really cool. It's
actually,
cool
the host of it, Jim Rash, I'm a big fan of because he played the Dean in Community. If you haven't seen that too.
Yeah, awesome.
Hilarious. So, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So, definitely get on it. Now, something to a little bit probably on Stan, which is probably a little bit more serious and probably something that's going around in America a lot, which we always see. They've dropped a documentary which is the same day as the US every Saturday at 2 p.m. and I'm talking about the active shooter, America Under Fire. This is a really, really good documentary.
Yeah, I've seen about 5 of these episodes.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, me and my wife love this.
And I guess it follows the views of the victims, the police that are involved, the actual criminals themselves, the psychological on their side.
It focuses on a separate attack each week. A mass shooting.
And like I said, it's a very, very sad thing out there at the moment, and it's a big thing in America because that's all we hear here in Australia or on the news around the world. There's always some sort of shooting. So this is a really, really good show. If you're into the documentaries, it's definitely worth a watch, guys. So definitely get into that. So
fantastic.
That's it, Jace.
Great recommendation.
Big one. So
no worries. That's it.
That's it, guys. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, in the world of gaming.
What do we got, Jace?
Now, it is that time of year, Rick.
It is.
It's getting to the business end.
It is.
Therefore, we start seeing award shows, and gaming is just like everyone else. The Game Awards is coming out very, very soon, December 7th.
Oh,
now, this is basically created by GameSpot as well as Jeff Keighley. Yep. So it's become a big event now. Last year, 8.5 million people online watched this alone.
Online.
So the Game Awards is starting to become a big thing. And obviously, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah.
And certainly people are always interested in seeing what other people think were the best games of the year, especially their peers. Now, this event is obviously going to be held in LA because where else are you going to have an award show, Rick? You've got to have it in LA.
Not here in Australia.
So at the Microsoft Theatre, which is apt, of course, and that'll be on December 7th, and we'll get to see that streaming live, which is absolutely brilliant. Got to check that out. Now, the next story I want to talk about, mate, I can't stop talking about this little console, and that is the Nintendo Switch. This little train that could and will continue onwards. It's a fantastic console, and it keeps It's outselling and outperforming Xbox and PS4 by a country mile.
Wow.
And you know what, Rick? You can always tell the health of a console is by the game store.
Yep.
So the online gaming, Nintendo in the past hasn't been very good in this space, I think it was the Nintendo Wii had a very poor online gaming store and things like that. Mind you, that was 10 years ago. But their new eShop is going fantastic, and they're starting to release some big titles now. And the biggest title they're going to release in November is Doom.
Ah,
so that's a big game, not the old one. This is like the new graphics and everything, and you'll get to download it. So, and they're starting to put lots of cool little games in there. From little games from for Nintendo Switch, or Super Putty Squad, or all those little kind of cool games as well as big.
That's a good idea.
Titles. So absolutely fantastic. Get onto the Nintendo Switch. If you haven't bought one and you are considering buying a console, I think bang for buck, you can't go past the Nintendo Switch, mate. You really can't.
What is that time of the year? Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up. Maybe Santa will be able to, get into his deep pockets.
Are you looking at getting one, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would absolutely love to have one. So,
And I don't think they're that expensive.
Oh, absolutely not. They're not.
Pretty well priced for what they are.
They're around the $4.50 mark.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Which is really good. And fantastic.
Awesome.
All right, now that is all I really want to talk about gaming this week, Rick, because I just want to make a quick announcement in this slot. And that is, Rick, that, unfortunately, this is the last weekly spread. Not because the show is finishing.
No, that's right.
Because the show is evolving, people.
That's right.
We are moving on. We, as a channel, have decided that it's time for us to rebrand, relaunch, reinvigorate. Now, we've had really great success over the last 3 months, Rick.
We have.
We've seen it grow from nothing to slightly something. All right?
So,
and we want to see it keep growing. We want you guys to be a part of it. And hopefully you'll enjoy what we're trying to do. So we're rebranding, we're relaunching.
Very excited about this, guys.
New logos, new graphics, new shows, all right? Now, the weekly spread is now going to evolve into a show we're going to call the PCS Report. So the Pop Culture Spread is the name of the channel. We're abbreviating it to PCS Entertainment. That'll be the name of a new channel.
Yep.
And that'll also be our flagship show, will be the PCS Report. There will be some other fantastic shows that we're not quite ready to announce today.
Not yet. We're only going to give you one.
But they're all in the works, already locked and loaded. There's some fantastic stuff. I'm so excited about it.
I mean, the graphics and everything's coming on board. It looks fantastic.
Really good. So
it's our next phase, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. And our next phase also promises interaction, more interaction, prizes, competitions. We're talking more and more interaction. We're talking that we want you to create. You tell us what show you want, and we'll do it.
And we'll do it, that's right.
So we're really open to suggestions and really trying to grab you guys out there and bringing you part of the journey,
that's it.
all right? So that's what's going to be happening now in the future, Rick. Really exciting stuff. We actually relaunch next week. In conjunction with seeing this film.
Yes.
Justice League.
Justice League, which is next week,
guys. So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Definitely.
For, again, you won't be seeing the weekly spread, the PCS report. That's it. All I've got to say, Rick. Let's move on to music. All right, guys. This is awesome. When I saw this, I just thought this was absolutely the funniest thing ever. This is a mic drop moment.
Huge mic drop, and good for her. And I am talking about Sia. Now, if you haven't seen, this has been all over the news. Someone tried to sell naked photos of Sia and upload them, and so to try and sell them to her fans, I guess, to make some money.
Yeah.
So, but it's not really the photo that, it's just basically her on a balcony and you just from behind and you see a bit of her ass and that's it.
Okay.
But, so it's not like a frontal or anything like that, it's from behind.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing is, the cool thing about this is, Sia's gone, well, you know what? Fuck that and fuck you who's going to try and sell my photos. I'm going to upload them onto Twitter. So that's what she did. She uploaded them on Twitter and she wrote this when she uploaded it to her Twitter account. So apparently someone who's trying to sell naked photos of me to my fans, save your money, here it is for free. Every day is Christmas. And the good thing I like about this story is she's, strong enough to go, I'm comfortable within my body. There you go. Take it or leave it.
So hang on a minute. So they were paparazzi photos?
Well, I don't know if they're paparazzi or
she
someone.
Took a selfie.
No. Someone actually proper.
In the house.
Took a proper So paparazzi photos of her, big
telescopic. Telescopic move there.
You can see the photos. You've got on her Twitter account. She's just put them on there. Good for her.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. Now, this story just, it baffles me with celebrities. You know, we're always seeing different things with celebrities. They're doing crazy things. Now, I'm talking about Puff Daddy. Now, Puff Daddy has changed his name yet again. And we know how many times Puff Daddy has changed his name. This is ridiculous. And he doesn't want to be called anything else but this name. His new name is, you have to call it Love and or Brother Love. All right? So you can't call him Puff Daddy. You can't call him P. Diddy. You can't call him Sean, John. You can't call him Swag. Nothing like that. It is Love or Brother Love. That is it. Stupidity. It is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard.
What is the psychology about having to rename yourself?
But
what is
he's
the deal with that?
saying that he's changed and he's evolving and this is how he feels and
this is how he can express his
you're an artist.
Evolution of an artist.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's changed his name. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. So, I might change my name tomorrow. But, look, it is what it is. But, yeah, if you see him down the street, call him, Brother Love. Anyway, Paramore. All right, this is pretty cool. As you know, we like to promote bands that are coming to Australia. Paramore are coming. Returning back to Australia. They last performed, and we spoke about this, the Soundwave tour. I actually saw these guys in 2013 at Soundwave, which was really, really cool. I'm not a Paramore fan. I just thought I'd check them out. They're really cool. So they are coming back to Australia. They'll be coming to Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. Unfortunately, once again, Adelaide misses out. But if you are a fan, tickets will be available soon because they will be releasing a new album called After Laughter. So tickets go on sale on the 15th of November at 12 p.m. So, yeah, and the dates for Melbourne, you're looking at 8th of February and the 9th. For Sydney and Brisbane is the 11th of February. So get on board, guys, if you're a Paramore fan. That's it, guys. That's it.
And that's all the music news.
That's all the music news.
Which means we're at the end of the show, Rick. All right?
We are.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We got some, like I said, great, exciting news, things happening in the world of pop culture, and especially here on this channel. Especially stay tuned for next week's review of Justice League. Really excited about seeing that, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, Rick's going to meet
Stan Lee, so stay tuned. So follow us on our Instagram and definitely our Facebook page because I'll be uploading a few things there and there on the day.
Fantastic.
So stay tuned for that.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. Rick, how do they communicate with us?
Well, unfortunately, like Jay said in the announcement, this is the last of our weekly spread, so we do appreciate everything. So, guys, still give us those comments, still hit that like button for us, give us a subscribe. We really, really appreciate it. And just follow us all on our social sites and stay tuned because it's going to be a big ride for us next week.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week, guys.
Thank you.